Welcome back. I'm with Max Scoville, Dax Shepard, and Michael Peña of CHiPs.
¿Qué pasa, my friend?
Yeah, the movie's out March 24th. I've seen it twice this week already, which is pretty amazing.
That's
Usually
cool.
I do that only for like Star Wars movies.
Oh wow, we're joining some very good company.
You're up there
joining
with
the
some of
Force?
the best movies ever made. You're joining the Force.
Nice.
So welcome to the show. Congrats on the new film.
Thank you so much.
This
Thank
was
you for you hosted a Q&A last night.
Oh, yeah, of course,
It
guys,
was very
anytime.
kind of you, and you were gregarious and lovable, and people enjoyed you.
The reviews are in.
Yeah.
4
So
stars on Yelp.
I'm going to see that Q&A twice. Say you back.
wow, it's up there with Star Wars.
Yeah.
You're only saying that because you're in it. Tell me about how this movie got together, because this is obviously something you wanted to do for a long time, right?
Yeah, I like all things motorsports, cars, motorcycles, and so I'm always looking to do anything that can hold comedy and motorsports. So CHiPs is, two heroes on motorcycles in California, which is a good recipe for an action comedy.
And you knew kind of early on that you wanted Michael to be your sidekick, right?
Well, I knew before I knew I was going to be in it that Peña should be Ponch. I felt like only Peña would be able to play Ponch. There were probably a dozen guys that could have played John Baker.
Did you have others in mind before you picked yourself?
Well, yeah, I was like, boy, it'd be awesome if Chris Pratt was John Baker,
Yeah.
right? Love him. Channing Tatum.
Yeah, that's
Be
a
a
good,
much better John Baker.
Brad
that's a good list.
Brad Pitt, Bradley Pitt.
Well, there's very few times where you can like take those three names and then throw them off the list and be like, no, me.
Well, I didn't do it actually. The studio said you should be in it.
Because it's not enough to like write and direct a movie. They want you doing.
They
motorcycle
they
stunts
really
at the
wanted
same
me to
time.
fail. Yeah.
That's
They were
like walking and chewing gum turned up a little bit.
Yeah. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most people think that writing and directing and hosting a movie is sort of like, it's like when you used to take a picture of yourself back in the day where you would put a camera down and then run across the room and then wait.
Oh
and
yeah,
move
which is
Yeah.
not like a
back.
selfie.
Yeah.
Get convinced the whole time that the timer's not working.
Yep.
And then right as you move to reset it, it goes off.
And then you have to bring the thing to like a 1 hour photo and man, taking pictures
Yeah.
used to be the worst.
Yeah, which is
you're
why I
almost
didn't do it. I have virtually no pictures of my childhood or early 20s.
There's a specific time, I think, in most people's lives that are around this age now where there's like 15 years where there's just no photos.
Which is probably healthier because your memory's very forgiving.
Yeah.
Like in my memory in my 20s, I would say I was a 7.
Yeah.
But if I saw pictures, I'd be like, no, you were a 6. It's not always great to have photographic evidence of everything.
I think I was up one. I think I was I think I
you were a 7.
Yeah, I'm a solid 6 now.
I
but was a
believe
7.
you were. I do believe that.
The thing is, I think now you have more opportunity than ever to make up for it with personality and stuff like that.
Right, and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're in movies. That helps.
Yeah,
Stuff
that's
like that,
certainly
yeah.
a
Most
door
middle
opener.
schoolers, in puberty aren't in films.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, you got to rely on what I relied on then, which was jokes and dancing. Those were the things I doubled down on.
Jokes and dancing?
Yeah, I was like, if you can dance and tell jokes, you have good chance.
Telling jokes is good. Is always
same
good.
time?
I got laid more when I was younger because I wasn't married.
That helps.
That helps.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's less of a crime.
Although for some people, that doesn't seem to stand in the way. It
He
seems
gives me
like-
this sad confirmation.
So let's talk about the plot of this film, because obviously I think when people think of a movie like CHiPs, they're like, well, the story is sort of second place, but there's something like very sort of unique about the plot of this movie that I think like just going in, it isn't your sort of traditional heist story.
Well, are you talking about D'Onofrio's character? Yeah, so I knew Vincent D'Onofrio was going to play the bad guy, and he's such a tremendous actor. He's significantly better than Michael and I. In order, it goes D'Onofrio, Peña, me, just to be clear. Acting
saw that on
skill-wise.
IMDb,
It's ranked.
Star
Although
meter.
the gaps are much
There's
bigger than
talent
what I
meter
just
as
did.
well.
I just did like this, and it really goes like this.
There's
and
talent
then,
meter and star meter, and sometimes
Yep.
they don't coincide. Yeah.
Yes.
Hot or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you get an actor that's that good, it feels like a waste to give him kind of a one-dimensional bad guy role. So he does have a kind of emotional storyline. He's trying to save his kid, which I just feel like it makes it more compelling. Like my favorite kind of movies are like Tarantino movies where you're kind of rooting for the bad guy. You're like, I don't know, man. I like when Marcellus Wallace and Butch are fighting. I'm not sure who I want to win
right.
in that store.
It's like Breaking Bad. It's like you're rooting for this anti-hero until the very end.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know if I should be cheering for this dude anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
that's
you wrecked
fun to
everything.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like feeling conflicted.
Morally ambiguous.
Like D'Onofrio's character is legit pretty terrifying. Like he's
Yeah.
a frightening
Oh yeah,
force.
and he's a
and
big dude too.
How did you direct him? Because you guys are obviously like you're kind of playing off being friends and goofing around, but did you have to tell him like, no, don't be funny, like be scary or?
Well, yeah, it's not because he's big and intimidating. That's the issue. Because he's a teddy bear in real life.
Yeah,
he's like the
he's
sweetest
really
guy.
nice.
But it is more us both knowing he's a better actor than me, and
That's
for
intimidating.
me
That's
to
more
tell
intimidating.
him what I want him to do with his acting, it's just weird coming from someone that's not as good of an actor.
Right.
So he really does have to click out of the fact that I'm an actor in the movie and go at like, okay, this is the director
Yeah.
talking.
He had no
Just
problem
because I
telling me
can't
what
do
to
it doesn't mean I don't know what I want to see. You know, it's very yeah.
One of the other things you directed in this movie were just insane vehicles, stunts. Like, what was it like working with
Kristen's
like,
boobs.
Kristen's boobs.
They were a handful.
Yeah.
Boom.
Damn.
I
You
get
can
it.
say that.
Yeah.
I would get in trouble if I said that.
That's why I said
You want to get in trouble?
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can say she
There
had
it
big
is.
boobs in the movie. She was breastfeeding and didn't pump. She was pumping like every 3 hours, and then for the
practical
movie
effects.
she didn't.
And it's amazing because
Practical
like
effects,
when
yeah.
you see it in person, it's like she was going.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looked scary
did.
to me.
It was- yeah.
I thought they might rip.
That's how little I know about pregnancy. Is that
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how you get the milk?
Oh, they
yeah,
just
so the mothers
with a
feed
good
the
old-fashioned
children.
bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the detonating thing on the train.
Well, I mean, it's a
tracks from
slow
old
one,
cars.
but it is like you see them grow. Like
Oh, she inflates them.
Yes. By letting them
that's what
milk.
happens.
I like how you asked about like stunts, and then here we are.
Oh yeah.
breastfeed.
So
It's
funny
hel-
that you like you
helicopters.
said it doesn't.
Yeah.
How do
Aren't those
you
great?
how do you work with a helicopter? Like, what's that? Do you like? Is there like how many helicopters do you have in this movie? Do you have to rent them? Or like,
Yeah, it's more involved than you would guess probably because there's pretty strict rules about how low you can fly a helicopter in Los Angeles. Even if you have a movie permit, they don't want you under 150 feet. And as you see, we flew one in the LA River. So there's a lot of tricks. You can kind of film them when they're taking off or landing, which is kind of a trick. When they need to refuel, they can kind of hover in spots. So there's a lot of there's a lot of smoke and mirrors that goes into getting good helicopter stuff.
And now, Michael, this was your first time riding a motorcycle
Yeah.
for this film?
Yeah. I rode.
That's him right
That's him right there.
Yeah. What are the baby steps for something like that for anyone who's
Baby
never...
steps was really baby steps. I remember I got a very small bike and I was just going around a parking lot and I actually made the guy film me and I sent it to Dax and there was no response.
Ooh.
There was no response and
That's
then
bold.
but I look at it now and I'm going so slow.
Well, I mean, that's kind of fits
But it
your
was
character.
kind of
That
sent
works.
with the like the subtext of it was like, I got this, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I look at it now, I'm like, I clearly don't have it.
And then we put him on a 850-pound cop bike and put him on the highway going 70.
And all my
and he had
insecurities came rushing back.
And he had like 3 pages of dialogue to say while riding the motorcycle. So it was it was baptism by fire. As they say.
So do you like
he
it?
did
Are you
great.
going to keep doing that?
I have a bike now.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you get it for free for the movie, or was it like a?
Oh no, I wish.
You had
I
to go
wish.
buy a motorcycle?
No, I actually bought it. It was like, but I think I got screwed on the deal. I'm not gonna lie. It was like they saw me coming. The guy was like, oh yeah. And if my wife was with me, I'm pretty sure that I would have paid like much. It was like $5,000. I ended up paying like $9,000.
Oh boy.
I remember you texted me. That was another text exchange we have. Like, I just paid this for this. Does that seem right? And it didn't seem right.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah, because
hit me right
the
after you left.
assembly fee and there's all these fees.
There's a
I'm
lot
like,
of
it
hidden
almost
fees.
cost twice as much. And it was
It
Honda
originally
on
had 5
Sunset.
wheels, and they had to take the 3 of
Yeah.
them off because that's a common problem.
Honda on
Right.
Sunset.
They
If
built
you're-
it
If
as
you're
a
gonna buy a
car,
bike
right.
there, I would suggest you bring someone who knows about bike shopping. I'm gonna throw them under the bus because they threw me under the bus.
Wow.
Well, you heard it here first.
So I really loved your chemistry in this movie, and I really felt like the kind of thing where I didn't want your character story to just end there. I want you guys to make more of these.
Thank you. We desperately want to make more
Yeah.
of these. Yeah. We
So
would
what
love to
has
do
to
that.
happen for that to
It's got to be big in Japan.
It's gotta-
Really? Is that it? That's the key?
that would not hurt.
Yeah.
But it has to do well. You know.
Yeah.
If it does well, then they'll ask us to do more and more and more.
Sweet.
As I said last night, our goal is to pass Fast and Furious. We want to get to 13 before they do.
Movies, that is.
Police
Yeah.
Academy too.
I think they're on 8, so we got to haul ass.
Yeah.
We got to really catch up.
You got a bank shoot.
We might release 3 chips next year.
awesome.
Maybe even do more than like Seinfeld.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we'll bring it back to TV for a minute just to catch up, and then
Yeah.
we'll go back into the movie theater.
Well, it seems like you guys really just had a lot of fun making it. Is that
Yeah.
is that true? Like
Yeah,
it wasn't.
that's not the norm.
Yeah.
And you can tell when actors like they deflect or they're like, how was it working on the movie? And we're like, you know what? Great weather.
Yeah.
The weather was amazing.
Love Boston. What a great place to work.
Boston's so great.
Yeah.
No, you guys honestly look like you were just kind of goofing around, having a good time. But you still, I mean, there's like the right balance of like you guys are you guys are just dicking around on bikes, and also you're making a movie, so it's like that.
Well, it was like a 12-year-old fantasy camp because every single day we would blow something huge up.
What was your favorite?
Or that propane tank that we blew up on the side of the
nice.
5.
That was nice.
Oh, it was mushroom
nice.
cloud size. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That was great. But all the explosions for me worked. It was so fun. So yeah, either we blew something up, someone did
was
an
naked.
impossible stunt on a motorcycle, or someone was nude. It was really a dream job.
sounds
Some
great.
humor.
Sounds
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. Chips is in theaters March 24th. Go see it so they can surpass the amount of films that the Fast and Furious movies are
If
making.
for no other reason, please.
We're also going to take down Land Before Time,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, Seinfeld, anything that there's been way too much of.
I want to see you guys in Japan, in space, back in time, with pets,
Yes.
Motorcycles
RoboCop with
and
a sombrero.
talking
Oh,
motorcycles. Yeah.
We may turn into motorcycles on like Chips 21.
Dude, that sounds. We just sold
Just
like
do
10 movies
voiceover.
right there. That sounds fantastic.
Oh, that would be nice, right?
Yeah.
Michael, Dax, thank you guys so much.
Thank
for
you.
coming
For
through.
having us,
Appreciate it.
guys.
March 24th, Chips in theaters. Go see it.